780,000 Windows users downloaded a single Linux distribution in just 5 weeks, not over a year, not across a dozen platforms. One distribution, 5 weeks. The operating system is called Zorin OS, and according to its developers, 78% of those downloads came from Windows machines. That is not curiosity. That is an exodus. It is happening because Microsoft just declared 240 million perfectly functional computers dead. They killed Windows 10 support. They blocked the upgrade path to Windows 11 with hardware requirements designed to force you into buying a new machine. And now they're being sued for it. This is not a technical story. This is a story about a corporation that would rather send your computer to a landfill than let you keep using it. Here is what they did, what it is costing you, and what the biggest PC makers on Earth are doing about it. Let's start with the 240 million computers Microsoft just abandoned. On October 14th, 2025, Microsoft ended mainstream support for Windows 10. No more security updates. No more patches. No more protection. This was for an operating system that, according to StatCounter, still powered 43% of all Windows desktops just months before the deadline. Nearly half. Microsoft pulled the plug anyway. But here's the part that should make you furious. The upgrade to Windows 11 is technically free, but Microsoft made it physically impossible for hundreds of millions of machines. Windows 11 requires a TPM 2.0 security chip and an 8th generation Intel processor, or newer. If your computer was built before 2018, you are out. Your laptop works. Your desktop runs every application you need. But Microsoft says it is not good enough. Canalys, the industry research firm, estimated that 240 million PCs worldwide cannot meet these requirements. That is 480 million kilograms of potential electronic waste, the equivalent of 320,000 cars sent to the scrap heap. Not because the hardware failed, because Microsoft wrote a spec sheet that excluded it. And if you want to stay on Windows 10 a little longer, Microsoft will let you, for a price. Businesses pay $61 per device in the first year, $122 in the second, $244 in the third. The price doubles every year for the privilege of running software you already own on hardware that already works. That is not support, that is a shakedown. And when 240 million people are being pushed out the door, someone is going to sue. In August 2025, a Southern California man named Lawrence Klein did exactly that. He filed a lawsuit against Microsoft in San Diego Superior Court, and the allegations cut straight to the heart of what millions of users already suspected. Klein owns 2 Windows 10 laptops. Both are fully functional. Neither can run Windows 11 because they lack the TPM 2.0 chip. According to the lawsuit, Microsoft's decision to discontinue support for Windows 10 while most of its consumer base was still using it was part of a larger strategy to force customers to purchase new devices optimized to run Microsoft's generative AI software Copilot, which comes bundled with Windows 11 by default. Read that again. The lawsuit alleges that Microsoft is not ending Windows 10 support because the operating system is outdated. It is ending support to sell you a new computer with AI features you never asked for. Klein points out that previous Windows transitions gave users far more runway. Windows 7 was supported for 8 years after its successor launched. Windows 10 is being killed just 4 years after Windows 11 arrived, with nearly half the user base still on it. The lawsuit seeks a court order requiring Microsoft to continue supporting Windows 10 until usage falls below 10%, or alternatively, to relax the hardware requirements that block the upgrade. The law firm behind the case, Counsel One, is now investigating broader class action claims, asking the public whether Microsoft's end-of-support decision effectively bricked their PC. This is not a theory. This is an active lawsuit in a California court. But while lawyers file paperwork, the world's largest PC manufacturers are filing something far more permanent, Linux certifications. Lenovo, the biggest PC manufacturer on the planet, has certified its entire ThinkStation and ThinkPad P-Series workstation portfolio for Linux, not a pilot program on 2 models, not a quiet experiment buried in a developer blog. Every ThinkStation, every ThinkPad P-Series workstation, certified for Ubuntu long-term support and Red Hat Enterprise Linux, with full end-to-end support, including security patches, firmware updates, and driver optimization. Lenovo did something that no major original equipment manufacturer had done at this scale before. They began upstreaming device drivers directly to the Linux kernel. That means every Linux distribution, not just Ubuntu, benefits from Lenovo's hardware compatibility work. When Lenovo pushes a driver to the kernel, it works on Fedora. It works on Linux Mint. It works on Zorin. The compatibility ripples outward across the entire Linux ecosystem. Lenovo is not alone. Dell has been quietly selling laptops with Ubuntu pre-installed through its website for years. The XPS and Latitude lines are available with Linux at checkout, no Windows license required. System76 builds machines designed exclusively for Linux. Framework. Laptops, with their modular, repairable design, have become a favorite among Linux users who want hardware that respects their right to choose. And then there is Zorin OS itself. 2 million downloads in under 3 months, more than 1.5 million of those from Windows machines. The developers timed the release to coincide with Windows 10's end of support, and the strategy worked. Zorin OS is designed to look and feel like Windows. It has a familiar taskbar, a start menu, snap layouts, and a unified settings app. It even includes built-in Windows application compatibility through Wine. For users who have never touched Linux, the transition is nearly invisible. The demand is not theoretical. It is measured in millions of downloads and verified by telemetry. Microsoft's default status is eroding, and the manufacturers who built their businesses on Windows are now hedging their bets. So what does this mean for you? If you are sitting on a Windows 10 machine that Microsoft just declared obsolete, you have options that did not exist 5 years ago. Ubuntu and Linux Mint are free, stable, and designed for everyday users. Zorin OS is built specifically to make Windows users feel at home. You can run any of them from a USB drive before you commit to anything. No risk, no cost, no permission required. If you want hardware that officially supports Linux, Lenovo ThinkPads are certified, Dell sells Ubuntu pre-installed, and System76 and Framework build machines for this exact purpose. And here's what to stop tolerating: Copilot watching your screen, Recall recording your activity, OneDrive uploading your files without clear consent, a Microsoft account required just to use the computer you already paid for. These are not features. These are extraction mechanisms disguised as convenience. 240 million PCs were declared obsolete not because they stopped working, but because Microsoft needed you to buy something new. A class action lawsuit now says the quiet part out loud, and 780,000 people answered in 5 weeks by downloading a single Linux distribution. Lenovo already certified its entire workstation lineup. The exit door is open. You are not e-waste. Stop letting them treat you like it.